Billings Skylar Brown, aka Billionaire Sky. You already know. I'm from Albany, Georgia as well. Like Brandon said, there's not really too much to say. He pretty much put everything out on the table. Been rocking with Bank of Billionaires. He saw the vision in 2014, and he had an idea, and I was like, man, let's run with it. You know, this is not all that we putting out, not just the T-shirts, but it's all more like Bank of Billionaires. Not just most people when they see it, they think of money, and I'm pretty sure they do. But Bank of Billionaires mainly to show the people that it's a billion ways to be successful. And we got some upcoming things coming out. Man, it's just don't want to say too much for the people.
Right. We ain't gonna say too much. We ain't gonna say too much.
Just keep on your toes. Just keep on your toes. We got some models out there, so that's one thing we working with, and we got some good ideas coming, man. Just stay tuned.
No doubt. You know what I mean? Like, right, man. Like I'm telling you, man. Like these boys have been putting in work, man. You can hear me? Like work. Like I remember, like when I first even heard of the movement. Was that last year at the fashion show?
Yeah.
That was last year. That was okay. So that was 2016. The South Georgia Fashion Week. Right. With shout out to Charlie Hill Henderson and congratulations to her and Chris on the new baby, man. That's a good look, man. You know what I mean?
Baby Harley.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, beautiful, man. I love it. Yeah, that was the first time I heard of the billionaire movement, man, and I was impressed. Like I had a front row seat to the fashion show that whole weekend, and like, when I saw the Billionaire Brand, I was like, dang, man. I didn't even know that you guys were doing that, honestly.
Right.
Because, I had seen, Brandon and, Sky. I would see him around, but like I didn't really know. I didn't know.
Right.
And so when I saw that, I was like, dang, like this is what they've been doing, like this whole time, and it was just so dope, like because like if anybody knows Charlie, they know Charlie knows fashion.
Right.
And so for those guys to be, featured, in Charlie's show,
right.
that was kind of a big deal. You know what I mean? Like anybody that knows, South Georgia Fashion Week, like Charlie is on her A game. Like she like 5 years and running with this show, like successful. Like so anybody that's featured in that show, like that's kind of a big deal, And so like, when I saw those guys, I was like, dang, I was impressed. You know what I mean? And so like, yeah, that was my first time of seeing the Billionaire, like, and they still doing their thing now. They was doing their thing before that, so like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like for anybody that, that questions, like their what's a good word I want to, anybody that questions their like intentions, I guess, like these boys, they own it. Like these boys
they've been consistent.
They consistent, very consistent. They in the gym shooting.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they are in the gym shooting.
Right.
You know what I mean? For real, yeah.
All facts.
All facts.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right. So, I would like to know more about, you saying that you work the traditional, 8 to 5, 9 to 5, that type of thing, which I feel like, most of us do for the most part. People who want to work. You know what I'm saying?
Want to work. You want to get up.
Right. So how was that transition for either one of you, going from, okay, well, I'm going to just work this standard 8 to 5 to no, I'm going to branch out and I'm going to invest in myself and invest in what I want to do in my dreams, in my future,
Right. Well, basically, I mean, growing up, we was only...
Grab the mic, please.
Let me see this thing here, man. Alright. But yeah, growing up, we was only accustomed to one traditional way of living and growing up, and that's basically from our parents. Our parents, back when we was younger, raising us as kids, we was only taught one way of living, and that was you're gonna go to school, you're gonna go to middle school, you're gonna pass your classes, you're gonna go to high school, and you're gonna pass your classes, and then you're gonna eventually go to college, right?
And get a good job.
Get a good job.
Right.
Nowhere in there we was taught about being entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere in that. So, I mean, myself, I did a whole lot of research on my own about entrepreneurship, and I came across a lot of people that was doing better than me. I looked at myself and I kind of judged myself on that, and I was just like, well, he this age, he's younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
How is he or she doing better than I am? You know what I'm saying? What am I doing wrong?
What am I doing wrong?
Right. So I constantly...
What I'm doing, what I was told to do, like, in order to be successful.
Right. So I basically just went in grind mode. I'm like, okay, I need to find something that I really want to do with myself, and I need to just go for it and do it. And that's what I did. I came up with Bank of Billionaires, and I ran with it. So now, yes, I'm still working a job today, but I'm closer to living that dream of not working a 9 to 5 and just Bank of Billionaires. So that's how I come from point A to point Z. I mean, nothing's going to happen overnight, and I do understand that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty sure everybody else who's watching or listening, they understand that as well. Nothing is going to happen overnight. So we live the dream that we have, and we just pray about it and keep living, man. I mean, eventually it's going to happen. And when it happens, we're going to know it's happened because, I mean, we're going to see it.
Right.
So that's just basically how I come up with that concept, and I always lived against that actual concept of not working a 9 to 5.
Right.
So that's just where I'm at with it.
Right.
All right, awesome. So you said something that kind of struck me when you said, it takes time. It's progress.
Right.
It doesn't just happen overnight.
Right.
But, if we talk to a lot of our elders, they be like, they the generation, they just want everything right now, right then. They can't wait. And I feel like that's true for a lot of our peers. You know what I'm saying? Like, they do want it right now. And they about fast money, quick money, and they don't necessarily...
Money.
Shout out to Rika B.
Money.
Books available now.
Okay.
Twerk Money, Tales from the Black Wallet.
Okay.
But seriously though, and they don't understand. Like, a lot of us, we go and we try to get the quick money, the fast money, and then when we don't get the results we anticipated, it's like, oh man, everybody scheming, everybody this, everybody.
Right.
But no, you gotta put in work and everything you do. Nothing's just gonna come to you. So can you just right? Either one of you just talk to the fact of how nowadays a lot of us are complacent, and we are just sitting around waiting on things to mysteriously fall in our lap and don't understand the importance of hard work or work ethic, you know what I'm saying, and that dedication and consistency to get, the inch of the mile before you get the mile.
Right. Okay, I like how you put that. I like how you put that. Can you repeat that? It's not a little complex. Can you repeat that?
A lot of us, we try to get that. We aren't trying to get that inch of the mile before the mile. We just want the whole mile automatically off rip. Right. It's like, well, you gotta crawl before you walk or run, but now we just trying to straight out the womb take off running. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't work like that.
Right.
That's true. Yeah. The biggest thing with that, with both of us, we understand that patience is the key with everything. You can't just run out there and just wake up one morning and just want to start a business and think you could just go boom. It's not.
Boom, it's not. Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's a process. It's a building process. You gotta, for one, you gotta be able to understand your partner. You and him, or you and she, gotta understand, okay, what we want to do. You gotta draw the outline, rough draft. You gotta actually put things together, write things out. A lot of people, like you said, just won't want to jump out there and just start making money. It's not that easy, We have our rough spots, you know what I'm saying? Even in a business, that's all a part of a business. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have the time where it's just like, dang man, it just ain't booming right now, you know.
Ups and downs.
But it's coming, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you see the faith and see the vision, you know
right.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It'll come. But you just gotta believe in it. You can do anything you put your mind to. That's for real. I always have heard that coming up as a kid. I'm pretty sure all of us have. But it's just, you just got to do what you can and do what you want to do, and if it's something positive, go for it.
Right.
Go for it. Don't let nobody tell you no. Nobody.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Right. Do what you got to do. If that's something that you really want to do it. Push it.
I agree. And you can do anything you put your mind to has become one of those cliches. You know, it's like we've heard it so much over time. It's like, yeah, I know, but nobody's actually putting their mind to work. You know what I'm saying? Because we like hear our parents say it, and then we're like, but you complaining about this 9 to 5 and you've been working this job for 50, 60 years and you still complaining. Like, what are you going to put your mind to and do? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you telling me this, but I'm not actually seeing this in motion. Exactly. And, you know, so that's why I'm happy, you know what I'm saying, to see brothers like yourselves and other sisters and brothers, you know, actually setting the tone and and putting those examples in place for, you know, future generations like Baby Billings over there, you know what I'm saying? Young KO and, you know, different people. So it's like, no, my parents didn't just say, you know, you can do anything you put your mind to, but they actually went and put their mind to something and made something happen. You know, so I think that's one of those things that I'm starting to see now. And it's just like real empowering, you know. And for example, like, you know, we've talked about it on here just briefly, but we've been waiting on y'all, you know, like the sip and swap. That's another one of those things, you know, that helps the community, in not just young but old people see, you know, hey, we still got the juice. Like, it's young people, it's people period out here that look like us, that are doing positive, inspirational things, you know, and trying to, like you said, change the mindset of our people to that of a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bunch of millionaires out here. You know what I'm saying? But where the billionaires at? Like, and you can't get there if you don't even have that thought in the back of your head. Yeah. So if y'all would tell us a little bit about the sip and swap and how that came about.
Oh, what is that, little Billings over there?
It's all good.
Yeah, he good, man.
Hey, this is a family-friendly show. Man, good, anything is liable to happen at any given point in time. Oh, okay, so the sip and swap.
Yeah, the sip and swap.
I was saying how the sip and swap was another one of those things, you know, in the community that's helping to expose the fact that there are people like us, young and old, that are still making those strides and that are still, you know, putting their minds to things and actually working towards making them happen. And so I just wanted you to tell us a little bit, about how the sip and swap came about and some of those collaborations and how they've been working out.
Pretty much with the sip and swap, I mean, I'm a firm believer of helping someone first. And I know it's a lot of black entrepreneurs in the city of Albany, so we had a vision to kind of bring everybody who's trying to express their work, their body of work, to the city of Albany, to different people to reach out, bring them out in one location, and let's promote it out and get people to come and see what's around, what they're surrounded around, and what's going on around them. And that way, at the same time, those black businesses can actually make an income for themselves. And in the mix of all of it, we added food. We added food to it, so
music,
that way, we know we asking people to get up early with the sip swap, so that way we actually added food where we provide breakfast at a good cost. It's actually good.
It's actually good. It's actually good.
You get a nice hearty breakfast for the Lolo.
Right. So my whole concept of that is like, why wouldn't we want to put people in a good, positive environment to kind of come out and enjoy themselves at the same time, and then they actually can see these businesses, and that way I want to make the sip and swap bigger and bigger each time we do it in Albany. Like, that's my whole goal. Like, eventually I want to get it where we can actually have it set up outside and people can come downtown Albany and
we just take over the block.
Take over the whole block. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just see like, what's going on. Let's stop and see what's going on. You never know who you may come across. A customer may know what they may see that they may need in their household or for themselves. So we have.
Or they just may take what they saw back to somebody and tell them about it.
Right. So
if nothing else.
And I mean, that's pretty much the whole concept of it, man. I mean, it's nothing more, nothing less. Like, we just want to kind of get out and branch out, and so people can see what's in the city of Albany, because we have some great talent in Albany that I just feel like people not seeing.
Man, that's so funny how you put that, because like that was actually like, you know, similar to the whole reason for me starting, you know, my thing with See the Vision, you know, and creating that avenue, you know, so people can actually see what's going on,
right,
you know, around them, you know, and the positivity
right,
that was going on around them, you know, because, you know, every time you turn on the news, there'll be some drastic that happened. Somebody, you know, somebody died, somebody got killed, somebody stole something, and, you know, somebody went to jail, you know, and I just got tired of that, you know, and I just wanted to show that positivity, you know, and you know, make people more aware of all the good things that were going on around the city, because like I said, it's so much good stuff going on, man. It's like so many people that got like a lot of good stuff going on in Albany, and I don't really think, well, I know people don't know, you know, because if they knew, then, you know what I mean? Like, I know they can't know, because if they knew, then I don't think, like, as much of the stuff that we have going on would be going on how it's going on,
right?
You know, if that makes any sense, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, did y'all follow what I, you know? Yeah.
And you know, I feel you on that.
Yeah.
However, personally, I have a skewed vision of that perspective, for the simple fact that it is out there, you know what I'm saying? And between Bank of Billionaire followers, See the Vision followers, Voices followers, and other people that are following all of these other great things happening, it's not that you don't know. I feel like, you know, the people just aren't ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the more we put it in their face, like, dang, all these just call themselves being woke and doing positive. Like, what the going on? Like, right? Maybe I need to jump on this positive bandwagon and see what's going on. But you know what I'm saying? That just goes back to the consistency part. You know, because when you meet that type of resistance, it's easy to be like, man, my people in my city, like, they ain't feeling me, like, right? You know, I'm just leave this alone. But no, like, if it's something of value and meaning, you know, then you have to stay consistent with it, because at the end of the day, you know, people gonna catch on. Like with the whole Bank of Billionaire thing, it's like, it did kind of, well, it didn't come out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It was work in the background, but by the time it got to us, it was like, oh, this is what was going on.
And that's why I said that. I was like, cause like I said, like I would see the guys around.
And I had even seen Bank of Billionaire stuff like on the web and, you know, on social media, but I didn't know, like, no, I had though. I hadn't. And I was just like, oh, well, it's another, some more t-shirts to buy. But even at that though, it was like Bank of Billionaire, and it was like, oh, that looks kind of manly. Maybe that's not for women. But then I gravitated to what shirt though, Brandon, that Hustle Grind Billionaire, like, and somebody was like, Hustle Grind Billionaire, what does that mean? Exactly what it says. Like, what are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Right. But it's cool though, because like you said, and then even when I went on to explain, I was like, well, you know, this is why I bought the shirt. Because at the end of the day, you have to get up, you gotta hustle, you gotta grind, like, and if you don't put in no work, like, you're not gonna eat. At the end of the day, whether it's $100, $1 million, or $1 billion, like, you gotta go get it. And the whole billionaire thing, like I said again, is like, nah, we ain't just trying to stop at the milli, like, we want the whole thing, whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
The whole thing,
right?
Like it's so many ways to get.
But on that last tip though, when we were talking about Albany seeing the vision and actually coming on board to actually supporting, I kind of always felt like if I couldn't, well, let me say it like this, I wanted to attack outside of Albany, because I mean Albany, I'm not, and I love my city, don't get me wrong, but Albany is a tough city to work in.
It's tough. It's a tough crowd.
It's a tough city to work in.
Tough crowd.
So I always felt like if I can go out to another city and get on board with Bank of Billionaires, and my city is seeing it, then eventually they'll come on board.
They'll come on board. They'll come on board.
That's just how I always kind of vision things. Like, I don't just stay here. And network here with different people because I know my city is hard. Yeah. My city is very hard to work in. And that just goes for all the entrepreneurs and the businesses and stuff like that that's going on around here. I mean, just look at it that way. Yeah. Touch outside. And then when you touch outside, work your way inside.
Start on the outside,
and that's basically that's always been my motto.
But you know what? That makes sense though, and a lot of people would always say, I always hear people say like, I've been in this hard, and it is, but at the same time, like the theory, like you said, like work your way from the outside to the like. I mean, that's kind of like common sense now. When I sit down and I think about it, and in hindsight of things, like that's kind of the proper way to do it. Because anything you do, like you start from the outside and you work your way in. Whether whether you eating or something, like you start on the outside of the sandwich, you work your way into. Whether I don't know.
Coloring,
yeah, like
it's a whole lot of stuff.
or mining, where people try to get minerals, like you start from the outside, work your way in, and then you get to the precious minerals.
Right.
In the end, on the inside, like you got to start from the outside.
Like peeling an orange or banana
or something like that. So like I can totally agree with that, and I myself have noticed that that's probably the best. Like ain't no problem. Like that's the best way to go. Getting a chance to like move around, and going up to Atlanta just a few times, since I started the brand, and I noticed like when I go out of town, even just up the road to Atlanta, like how they, how people like really kind of like gravitate towards, that artistic, idea that you have, I don't know why it's like that, I guess like they don't know me or. And in that case, they're able to focus more on the idea itself, and not me, because I think sometimes, when you're home, people
what I told you, what I say all the time. It ain't that they don't like what you're doing. They don't like that you doing it. That's.
And we're not throwing shade at
nobody.
Anything like that.
If the shoe fit, wear it though.
We'll just chunk it up to a competitive spirit.
Right. Like I feel you though, and that's real because like I started doing the jewelry thing like a long time ago. Yeah. And I left it alone because people in Albany just weren't. They'd be like, "Oh, that's real nice. That look real good. How much it cost?
You selling them? No.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? But then now it's
like I just went out and bought all this stuff.
You want one?
You want one?
But now it's like I picked it up and you know what I'm saying? And it's like regardless of what people at home say, like I'm gonna make this happen, like because this is like what I'm passionate, something else I'm passionate about, and I feel like it can go a long way. So it's like, they might not be receptive at home. Like even now though, just being at the sipping swaps though, and letting them see like, oh wow, this I ain't seen at home yet. Like they've been asked, you in Albany, you vote. Yeah, I'm right here. Like, you ain't got to go to the A no more for this.
You don't got to Columbus. You don't got to go down to Tallahassee.
But even, like, the followers on on Instagram, though, it's like they aren't locals or hometown people. And it's like they loving it. And I had Kaya, Joe Henson's lady, say, man, you keep on shipping all this stuff everywhere. I need me some more. And I was like, that's what's up. Like you said. So it's a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? For people to see once you actually, like you said, you follow your dreams and you follow your passion and you make it happen. Like people will start receiving it, whether it's the people you expect to receive it or not. The whole purpose of what we do is to touch people, and to be able to add value to the lives of the people around us.
Yeah, they can't deny it, After so long, they just can't deny it, Right. hometown, the WAVE team,
Right.
wherever you at, like you know, like yeah, after a certain point, like they just can't deny it anymore.
There's no denying. Hey, shout out to Tupac. All right, y'all. We gonna go to a quick break. Don't y'all go anywhere. Stay tuned because we have more billionaire talk coming up in just a few minutes. All right. Facts. Billionaire facts. Hashtag that. All right, y'all. Stay tuned.
What you say? Facts. That what you say, right? Wait, about two, three, right?
Four.
Four? Damn, we got a 2-year-old. Like, got confused. Hold on, that's the other one.
Skylar said, nah.
You got confused.
Yeah, he'll be 5 in January.
Right.
Okay.
Really?
My son 3.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
When? I don't even know what I said to you. I forgot. What was we talking about?